This is all your fault. Hold on. Let me grab my old school Braves jacket, because this was an old school performance. Where do we begin? Acuna! Ah, yes, Acuna. So if you've been anywhere around Braves Twitter since the Braves season came to a crashing end, there's been a resounding outcry against Acuna and his play in the NLDS. Wait, what? This is for his play in the NLDS? Yes, his play in the NLDS, specifically on the inside the park home run hit in Game 4. Here's what happened. JT Realmuto hits a ball to the left of center fielder Michael Harris. You said to the left of center field? But Acuna's in right. Yes, I know. Just let me get to it. Harris reaches to catch the ball, doesn't really come close, and the ball ricochets back towards center field and a little bit towards right field. And Acuna is nowhere to be found. So Harris has to run all the way over, grab the ball himself, and chuck it in. And this was it. Braves country had it with Acuna. Done with him. Forever. Write him off. Trade him. Cut him. Whatever it takes. He gone. Y'all can't be serious right now. The outcry against Acuna after the 2022 season has been ridiculous. Now I will admit, there may have been some plays, one or two, that Acuna should have made, and he didn't. But his play had absolutely no negative bearing on this series as a whole. None. Acuna hit .333 for the series. He led off 2 separate games with base hits, and we lost both of them. Nah, Acuna and his play were not the reason that we lost this series. Not even close. But I do want to know, tell me in the comments below why you think the Braves lost this series. This was the prototypical Braves postseason series. The type of postseason performance that we were so desperately trying to and successfully overcoming in the past 2 seasons. And to me, that's what really stings about this playoff loss. I thought the Braves had turned the corner on poor postseason performances. I thought they had figured out how to fight and how to win in October, no matter what the regular season circumstances were, and all that faded away with this series. So what happened? To start, the Braves did have a bit of bad luck with the series. Look, no matter what, you have to win in October. That's it. Win, you move on. Lose, you go home. It doesn't matter how you win, but you must win. With that, you had Max Fried coming off of flu-like disease where he had to exit the Mets game early in that final series. Didn't even travel with the team to Miami to clinch. And so the sickness left him weak, and he was not his normal self. And the Phillies made him pay big time. They teed off on him. Also, there's Spencer Strider. He was such a big part of the rotation all season, but him going on the DL right before the playoffs, and he wasn't able to really throw at all because of his strain. And then he just comes back and wants to start, and this definitely made a difference in his performance. So with all that, our starting pitching, minus Kyle Wright, was atrocious. No other way around it. And that should have been a strength for us going into the series. On top of the really bad starting pitching, we played terrible defense. We had several mental errors, bad defensive positioning, and Max Fried's incredibly costly error in Game 1. Our defense was just flat out bad. And that was supposed to be a huge strength for us, especially compared to the Phillies. And then there was our offense. What offense? Good point. What offense? Where do I even begin? Honestly, looking back on it, maybe there were some signs to expect this, but man, did it suck to have to witness it. Yes, the Braves offense showed up for the Mets series, but outside of that, they weren't great in September. And it was really bad in Miami. Those 2 games that we had, we only needed to win 1 to clinch the division. The offense was not very good in those games. But really it came down to this, because no matter how good our pitching could have been, if we weren't going to score enough runs, we still wouldn't have won the games. I mean, we had the bases loaded twice in the first 3 innings of game 1 and failed to score both times. It was just really bad. 43 strikeouts in 4 games. That's including 7 from Dansby and 5 from Austin Riley. Our middle of the order guys. Now, there's not a single person you can blame for this loss. There rarely is in baseball, unless you're Bill Buckner. This was a flat-out poor entire team performance when we needed our best. And again, for me, that's what really hurts the most about this playoff loss. The team that I watched play in the NLDS was not the same team that I had watched since June 1st, that had the best record in the majors, that led the majors in a lot of categories. That's what was so heartbreaking, because we could have won this series pretty easily, I believe, if we had played the way that we could. We showed a glimmer of hope in Game 2 with that masterpiece performance from Kyle Wright in the bullpen, and after pulling within 1 run in Game 1 and then dominating Game 2 against their ace Zach Wheeler, I really thought that the real Braves team had shown up and was ready to fight, and that we were going to go up to Philly and we were going to take the next 2 games and move on to the NLCS, and that would have been that. But nope, didn't happen. We're not going to win the World Series every single year, although we most certainly will have a team that will be capable of that, but we are supposed to do better than this. Thanks for watching. I plan to regularly post Braves and baseball content throughout the offseason, including breaking down free agent possibilities and doing season reviews for each of the Braves players. I hope you would consider subscribing. Thanks, and go Braves.